Ever noticed how some people move through life they already know the outcome, calm, certain, unshaken? What if that could be you? There's a strange magic in pretending you've done something before. It tricks your body, your voice, your presence into becoming unstoppable. Master this illusion, and reality starts bending in your favor. In just a few moments, you'll uncover the mindset shift that makes you look, speak, and lead like you've done it before. 1. It improves your confidence cycle. You stand at the threshold of greatness right now. Every master was once a beginner who simply decided to act as if they belonged. This is your fundamental challenge, to step forward with the confidence of someone who has already succeeded. When you adopt this transformative mindset, you create a powerful momentum in your consciousness. You project confidence, which generates positive responses from others, which reinforces your confidence further. This principle transforms your entire existence because your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between actual experience and vividly imagined experience. When you carry yourself with the certainty of someone who has mastered their craft, your mind begins to operate at that level. The barrier between who you are and who you wish to become dissolves through deliberate action. Acting as if means adopting the posture, speech patterns, decision-making processes, and habits of the person you aspire to be. It's not pretending, it's rehearsing for the role you were born to play. You align your current actions with your future self. The young Thomas Edison personified this approach. Before inventing the phonograph in 1877, he had never created such a device before. Nobody had. Yet he acted with the methodical confidence of an experienced inventor, proceeding step by step as if success were inevitable. His certainty became a self-fulfilling prophecy. You possess this same capacity. Transform your life today by standing tall, speaking with authority, and moving with purpose, not waiting until you feel confident, but acting as if confidence already flows through your veins. Project certainty through your eyes, voice, and movements. Make decisions with the assurance of someone who knows the path. Your body will follow your commands, and your mind will rise to match your physical state. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11:1. This profound scripture reveals exactly what Edison practiced, acting with complete certainty before any physical evidence existed. Your faith becomes the bridge that transforms invisible dreams into tangible reality. The liberation sequence. The chains that hold you back were never placed by others. They were forged in your own mind, link by link, every time you whispered to yourself, "I can't, I'm not ready," or "I'm not qualified." These phrases, seemingly harmless, become iron bars that fence in your potential. But here's the truth. Those limits are not real. They're agreements you've made with yourself. Today is the day you break those agreements. Every act of self-doubt reinforces a cage that only you can unlock. But there is a key. Acting as if. When you behave as though you've already succeeded, when you speak with the confidence of someone who has already won, take action as if you've done it before, you begin to dismantle the prison of your own hesitation. This is not about pretending or deceiving others. It's about reprogramming your own brain to stop negotiating with fear. Your potential has nothing to do with your past. Your current performance is not a ceiling but a floor. Beneath your habits, beyond your doubts, lies a vast reservoir of genius, dormant, waiting, ready. The tragedy isn't that people try and fail, it's that they aim so low they never awaken the power inside them. Confidence doesn't come from getting everything right. It comes from moving forward when you're unsure and discovering that you are capable beyond belief. The idea that you're not good enough, not experienced enough, not ready, it's a lie you've repeated so many times it began to sound like truth. But these are provisional agreements, not natural laws. Every expert was once a beginner. Every skill that seems impossible now can be mastered with time, focus, and belief. Belief is the seed. Practice is the soil. Repetition is the sunlight. If you nurture the right internal environment, growth becomes inevitable. Take Henry Ford. His formal education was minimal, yet his vision reshaped the world. In 1932, when he demanded an engine design that engineers declared impossible, he didn't waver. He told them to proceed anyway, with the mindset that it could be done. For months, they failed. But Mr. Ford's certainty never flinched. His mind was already on the other side of the problem. That mental posture, acting with the assurance of prior success, was the catalyst. Eventually, the impossible became real. He acted as if, and that as if became is. What about you? What's the belief you've clung to that quietly chokes your ambition? Identify it. Name it. Now flip it. Write its opposite. Speak it aloud until your mind no longer flinches. Let your behavior lead the way. If you've told yourself, "I'm not a leader," say instead, "I lead with clarity and strength." If you've said, "I don't have what it takes," say, "I am more than enough." Then act in alignment with that new truth. Action changes identity. One bold step creates evidence that rewrites your mental script. Let this truth settle into your spirit. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. This isn't just spiritual encouragement, it's a declaration of access to unlimited strength. It's a reminder that there's a power within you that is not constrained by fear, failure, or the past. Millions have shattered lifelong limitations by standing on this verse, not as a hope, but as a certainty. So today, refuse to negotiate with your limitation. Challenge every thought that tries to chain you to the past. Speak life, act bold, and walk forward as if success is inevitable, because when you believe, it often is. 3. The attraction spiral. When you act decisively, as though you've navigated the terrain before, you radiate a rare and powerful energy. In a world ruled by uncertainty and hesitation, certainty becomes a magnet. People instinctively gravitate toward those who seem to know where they're going, even if the path is still unfolding. This creates a self-reinforcing loop. Your decisive action attracts attention, resources, and allies. These external forces then support and amplify your efforts, helping you achieve results far beyond what hesitant movement could ever bring. The truth is, the most successful people in history weren't born bolder. They trained themselves to act despite doubt. They moved when others paused. They leaned into the unknown with faith rather than retreating into analysis. What set them apart was not supernatural confidence, but a cultivated pattern of choosing movement over paralysis. Each decisive step built a stronger identity. I am someone who moves. I am someone who acts. And herein lies the secret. Motion creates momentum. The moment you begin moving forward, no matter how unsure you feel, you ignite a sequence of events that propels you further. Acting as if you've done it before interrupts the loop of fear and overthinking. You shift from the realm of spectators, those who wait, who wish, who wonder, into the realm of doers. And the world rewards those who do. Opportunity is drawn to motion like gravity. Meanwhile, indecision and delay only breed more confusion and decay. This principle played out dramatically in the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. In the 1790s, a young, relatively unknown general, Napoleon repeatedly found himself outnumbered in battle. But he had mastered one essential force, decisive confidence. He moved with such authority and conviction that enemy generals often believed he commanded a much larger force than he actually had. His soldiers, feeding off his unshakable demeanor, fought harder, faster, and more fearlessly. Napoleon's belief in victory, demonstrated through immediate action, created a psychological advantage more powerful than numbers alone. That same power is available to you. Your energy affects others more than your words. Move with confidence, and those around you will respond in kind. Practice making decisions faster than what feels comfortable. Let go of the need for perfect information. You'll never have all the facts. Trust the strength of your intuition. It's the wisdom of your subconscious mind, trained over years of observation, experience, and insight. When the world deliberates, you execute. When they waver, you advance. This ability to move quickly and confidently becomes your edge, the unique trait that sets you apart in a sea of indecision. Your pace becomes your power. In business, in relationships, in life, speed paired with intention wins. While others study the map, you're already halfway up the mountain. And as you move, paths appear that were hidden to the stagnant. Clarity doesn't precede movement, it follows it. Anchor your focus in divine wisdom. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Do not turn to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil. Proverbs 4:25-27. This timeless passage reminds us that power flows from focus. Distraction is the thief of direction. When you remain committed to forward motion with your eyes locked on the horizon, the noise fades, doubt loses its grip, and the path, once invisible, becomes clear. So step forward today, not with reckless haste, but with sacred decisiveness. Act not because you're certain of every outcome, but because you know inaction is no longer an option. Let others pause and ponder. You lead, move, advance, and watch as the world reshapes itself around the boldness of your steps. 4. The mental transformation. The conversations you have with yourself are not trivial. They are the architects of your destiny. More than any external force, it is your inner dialogue that charts the course of your future. The thoughts you entertain, the words you repeat silently or aloud, the tone with which you speak to yourself, all of these elements shape your identity, fuel your emotions, and influence every decision you make. And when you act as if you've already done something, when you carry yourself with the calm assurance of prior mastery, you disrupt the damaging cycles of doubt that have lived in your mind for years. This shift rewires your neural circuitry, creating a self-reinforcing loop. Confident self-talk drives effective action, which leads to real success, which then reinforces even more powerful inner dialogue. Most people remain chained to internal scripts they never consciously chose. Messages absorbed in childhood like "you're not good enough," "don't stand out," or "play it safe" become background noise so persistent that we mistake it for truth. These self-limiting beliefs, once useful for survival or acceptance, eventually become prisons of mediocrity. But they are not permanent. They can be identified, challenged, and replaced through disciplined mental effort. It begins by rewriting the script. Start speaking to yourself not as who you've been, but as who you're becoming. When you talk to yourself like someone who has already succeeded, you step into the mindset required to bring that success to life. This isn't about delusion, it's about direction. You're not lying to yourself, you're training yourself. Just like athletes visualize winning before stepping into the arena, you must mentally rehearse victory before it's visible. Speak with authority. Replace "maybe I can" with "I was made for this." Erase "I'm not ready" and write in "I'm rising to this challenge." But make no mistake, this mental reframing requires relentless vigilance. You must watch your thoughts like a hawk scans the skies. Self-defeating beliefs are cunning, disguise themselves as logic, humility, or caution. When one appears, "What if I fail?" you must immediately intercept it with, "What if I win beyond my wildest dreams?" Don't let fear linger unchallenged. The brain believes what it hears most. So flood it with visions of success until those images become second nature. This is not fantasy. This is focus. It's the conscious act of programming your mind toward power, not paralysis. Few individuals embody this principle more powerfully than Andrew Carnegie. Born into grinding poverty in Dunfermline, Scotland, Mr. Carnegie arrived in America with almost nothing. Yet from a young age, he chose to speak, walk, and think like someone destined for greatness. While still a messenger boy earning a few dollars a week, he cultivated the poise and language of the elite. This inner posture created an external perception that opened doors long before his wealth arrived. People responded not to his poverty, but to the invisible confidence he carried. That invisible posture, born from self-directed thought, eventually manifested into tangible empire. Mr. Carnegie's rise was not luck. It was self-created identity made real. You must do the same. Record empowering statements in your own voice. "I am strong. I am focused. I am relentless." Listen to them daily. Create a personal creed that speaks not just to what you do, but to who you are. Recite it aloud each morning until your subconscious begins to accept it as fact. Eliminate words of hesitation from your vocabulary. "I'll try" becomes "I will." "I hope" becomes "I know." Speak life into your actions. Program your nervous system for excellence by changing your internal language. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. This is not just poetic, it is scientifically and spiritually profound. You do not become what you wish for, you become what you believe. The world outside you is molded by the world inside you. Andrew Carnegie didn't wait for the world to approve of him. He created the world through his unwavering self-image. And you can do the same. The challenge before you is simple yet radical. Become the master of your internal dialogue. Speak only what empowers, believe only what elevates, and act as if the outcome has already been written in your favor. Because when you do, your thoughts cease being hopes, they become blueprints. Your words cease being noise, they become commands. And your mind, no longer your enemy, becomes your most loyal architect of destiny. The physical awakening. Your body doesn't just reflect your mental state, it actively creates it. Every gesture, every posture, every breath you take is a command to your nervous system. When you physically carry yourself as if you've already mastered a skill, something remarkable happens. Your body starts communicating to your brain, "This is who I am," and your brain, ever responsive, listens. This isn't metaphor, it's biochemistry. Standing tall, moving deliberately, and holding a powerful posture alters your hormonal balance within minutes. Testosterone rises, cortisol, the stress hormone, drops. Confidence isn't just felt, it is triggered, sparked, and reinforced through your physiology. The link between physical stance and mental state cannot be overstated. Science continues to validate what great leaders, warriors, and performers have known for centuries. Your body is not a passenger in your journey to success, it is a co-pilot. When you stand upright, make steady eye contact, speak clearly, and walk with intention, you are signaling to your mind and the world around you that you are in control. These actions influence the very chemicals that determine how you think, feel, and perform. It's not about pretending, it's about embodying. Master the art of embodying success before it visibly arrives. Practice the posture of confidence until it becomes muscle memory. Carry yourself like the person you aspire to be. Your handshake, your stride, your voice, they are not random. They are instruments that either amplify your greatness or dull your impact. Train them, refine them, use them intentionally. Start with the walk. How would someone who has achieved your goals walk into a room? Slow down. Take up space. Let your steps be deliberate. Next, refine your posture. Straighten your spine. Unclench your jaw. Open your chest. These changes send signals of strength and calm to your subconscious. Then, fine-tune your tone of voice. Speak a little slower. Emphasize the words that matter. Remove filler words that dilute your authority. Practice greeting others with eye contact and conviction. These micro-adjustments are the building blocks of an unshakable identity. Olympic champion Jesse Owens was a living testament to this principle. At the 1936 Berlin Olympics, in front of Adolf Hitler and the entire Nazi regime, Owens carried himself with the poise of a king. The atmosphere was hostile, the pressure enormous, yet Mr. Owens approached the starting line as if he owned it. Watch the footage, and you'll see it. The stillness, the focus, the deliberate ritual before each race. This was not accidental. Mr. Owens conditioned his body to feel victory before the starting gun fired. He visualized the outcome, breathed like a winner, stood like a winner. And when the time came, his body delivered the performance his mind had already accepted as truth. Your body is the stage for your mind's beliefs. It either reinforces your internal power or sabotages it. You can begin right now. Straighten your spine, pull your shoulders back, lift your chest, breathe deeply from your diaphragm. Inhale confidence, exhale hesitation. Walk through your environment as if opportunity is watching, because it is. Your physical presence broadcasts your identity. Others are reading it long before you speak. Let this shift extend to your voice. Drop the speed at which you speak. Embrace pauses. They create power. Make your speech more intentional. A confident voice does not rush. It commands attention through clarity, resonance, and poise. These are not traits reserved for the elite. They are choices available to you every day, with every interaction. The Apostle Paul once wrote, "I discipline my body and bring it into subjection." 1 Corinthians 9:27. He understood that the body is not a mere vessel, it is a tool of purpose. Mastery requires not just spiritual or intellectual strength, but physical control. Discipline over your posture, breath, and movement is not cosmetic. It is sacred. It aligns your external reality with your internal vision. So today, take command of your body, not someday, now. Your cells are listening to the story your body tells. Make sure it's a story of triumph, strength, and clarity. Walk like the person you are becoming. Speak like the leader who already exists within you. Stand like the champion whose victory is inevitable, because the body you discipline today will become the force that carries your mind to greatness tomorrow. 6. The alliance force. Surrounding yourself with individuals who see you not only for who you are, but for who you are becoming accelerates your transformation. Human potential is not realized in isolation. It is amplified in community. When you act as if you've done something before while in the presence of supportive allies, you enter a feedback loop of empowerment. Their belief in you strengthens your self-image. That renewed confidence improves your performance, and your improved performance reinforces their belief. This cycle becomes a force of momentum that is nearly unstoppable. The people closest to you shape your idea of what's normal. Their expectations, habits, and mindset silently influence your behavior. If you regularly interact with people who complain, settle, and shrink from challenge, you will gradually find yourself doing the same. But if your circle consists of individuals who dream big, take bold action, and refuse to be envious, their standard becomes your standard. You begin to internalize their confidence, resilience, and ambition. You unconsciously absorb their vocabulary, routines, and mindset. Their world becomes your world through the power of association. Find at least 2 individuals who share your hunger for growth, excellence, and contribution. Meet regularly, not just casually, but with purpose. Exchange insights, set challenges, offer accountability, celebrate progress. The collective energy of even a small group, when focused, becomes a multiplier. Ideas evolve faster, courage increases, breakthroughs come sooner. You will move further, faster together than you ever could alone. History provides powerful examples of this truth. Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Harvey Firestone, and other titans of the early 20th century formed a mastermind group that met regularly. These weren't aimless conversations. These were dynamic sessions of innovation, brainstorming, and personal refinement. Together, they fueled the Industrial Revolution. They challenged one another, elevated one another, and believed in one another. Importantly, each man acted as if he belonged at that table. That confidence became self-fulfilling. The association itself conferred identity. In their presence, greatness became not only possible, it became expected. Your own life is no different. Begin by identifying the 5 people with whom you spend the most time. Audit their impact. Do they uplift your vision or subtly erode it? Do they energize your ambition or drain it? Then make a decision. Deliberately seek out those who represent the future you desire. This might mean joining professional groups, volunteering with mission-driven organizations, or investing in mentorship. Seek coaches who've done what you aim to do. Don't leave your environment to chance. Proximity is power. Place yourself where growth is the norm and excellence is the expectation. This principle is not only psychological, it is deeply spiritual. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17. This reveals a universal law of human development. We are forged in relationship. Alone we stagnate. In the company of the right people we are refined. We become stronger, sharper, more effective. The right relationships demand your best and help you deliver it. They see your potential and speak to it until you rise to meet it. Every interaction either shapes or dulls you. That's why your circle is not a detail, it's a destiny-defining decision. Choose people who remind you of your greatness when you forget. Choose people who challenge you when you shrink. Choose those who celebrate your growth, not your complacency. Surround yourself with those who believe your best days are ahead and will help you fight for them. Start today. Call one person who inspires you and set a date to talk with intention. Attend an event where leaders gather. Join a virtual community of high performers. Create your own mastermind if one doesn't exist. Don't wait for the perfect group. Transformation doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in ecosystems of belief, accountability, and shared purpose. Just as the great minds of history forged their futures in community, so must you. Refuse to journey alone. Act as if you already belong among greatness, and soon enough you will. 7. The daily dedication. Acting as if you've done something before is not merely a mindset, it's a muscle that must be strengthened daily. The illusion many fall into is believing confidence comes first, and then action follows. In truth, it's consistent, aligned action that constructs confidence brick by brick. Every small decision to engage with your craft, to reinforce your vision through practice, is a declaration of who you are becoming. And over time, those small daily decisions create a compound effect. Disciplined practice builds skill, skill builds confidence, and confidence fuels deeper commitment. Greatness is not the result of occasional inspiration. It is forged in the shadows when no one is watching, when the applause is absent, and when your only motivation is the vision you hold of your future self. The difference between the amateur and the professional is rarely talent. It's the willingness to engage in daily deliberate practice. It's the discipline to act in accordance with your goals on days you feel least motivated. This relentless consistency reshapes your self-concept. It transitions identity from hope to embodiment. To act as if is to train your entire being, mind, body, and spirit to operate at a higher level than your current reality might justify. And this training happens through non-negotiable daily rituals. These rituals aren't random, they are sacred. They are your commitment made physical. Begin each day with a moment of visualization. See yourself succeeding, performing, achieving. Then speak life into your goals with affirmations declared aloud and with conviction. Study the masters in your field. Observe what they did daily. Imitate their discipline. And finally, practice over and over again the fundamentals that will set you apart. The legendary pianist Arthur Rubinstein lived this principle with astonishing dedication. He maintained a punishing daily practice regimen. Even in his 80s, Rubinstein could be found at the piano, repeating difficult passages hundreds of times until they no longer required thought.